Hey, it's Matthew, and gotta get this over with. This is Ubisoft's Forward show, the second one. They didn't need a second one. They could have just done it all the first time around. But there's gonna be a Prince of Persia remake. It's literally been leaked like for weeks and weeks. I have not seen any actual screenshots. I did see the leaked listing from a site a couple weeks back. I expect that, obviously, and that's all I'm really here for.
Ubisoft Forward. I'm Yusuf.
I'm Neela. Today's show will reveal new games, give behind-the-scenes insights from our development teams, and share some exciting updates.
Now,
on
what's the bet? What's the over/under on the fact that even though they covered Valhalla and
the gods of ancient Greece need to get it.
The other one, what's it called? Watch Dogs, they're going to have a big section for both. Now this, though, this is Gods and Monsters, or was Gods and Monsters. I am interested in this.
Crumbles, our divine powers sealed away. Even the gods need a hero.
Because both me and Leanna loved Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and this is made by Ubisoft Quebec, so... Interesting music choice. I can't wait for this to get a copyright strike. Thanks, Ubisoft. That looked pretty good. Horse riding confirmed, always good. I like the art style because the older Gods and Monsters version, it was a little basic looking. And this looks more like, Kid Icarus, a little bit. That's also pretty cool looking. Ooh, like that monster. Ooh, some Titans. Give me some Titans, please. I don't know about this music though. I don't think they drive to this in ancient Greek mythology. I know there's always a juxtaposition of music that may not fit with visuals, but this is one of those times where I don't think it does. Yeah. These are the couple of screenshots I've seen, and yeah, that's obviously very Icarus flavored. Alright, here's actual gameplay. Or maybe not, as pre-rendered. But I think it's safe to assume everything we're seeing here is very possible in gameplay. Now, this should either be called Immortals or Fenyx Rising, not both. I think you're overcomplicating it a bit there.
I'm Phillips, and I'm the game director on Immortals Fenyx Rising. I hope you enjoyed our reveal video. I'm sure you noticed a lot of new things since we first teased the game, including...
Gods and Monsters was a fine name as well. I don't think you needed to change that, but...
Extra production time has allowed us to expand our vision and explore new opportunities beyond our initial plan. We felt the name Immortals Fenyx Rising better reflected this new experience.
If you say so. It looks very nice.
Excited to give you the first in-depth look at our world.
Ooh, okay.
And gameplay.
Going for a big gameplay look. Alright.
Immortals Fenyx Rising is a third-person open-world action-adventure game set in the fantastical landscape of Greek mythology. You'll play as Fenyx, a Greek warrior shipwrecked on the mysterious...
It should just be Cassandra. Just put Cassandra back in this. I don't care if it makes no sense.
Hermes has heard of a prophecy that only you can save the Greek gods and reclaim their realm.
Look, the Greek gods sure don't do much for themselves.
This entire epic story
Prometheus, of course.
And Zeus, the king of
probably the gods, a little less gory than the God of War version.
Legendary tale. Before embarking on this perilous journey, you'll get to create your own Fenyx.
Cool. I wasn't aware of that at all.
You'll find even more opportunities to customize your character by discovering legendary weapons, unique pieces of gear and cosmetics.
I thought it was just a baked-in character. That's nice to see.
Abilities that can turn the tide of battle.
With this art style, it kind of reminds me of the character types you can take in Ring Fit Adventures with the like fire hair and all that. It just reminds me of it a little bit.
On your journey to save the gods, you'll grow stronger and achieve new, incredible things, like gliding with the wings of Daedalus, to jump higher, fight while airborne, and glide freely.
Cool stuff in the combat there. That looks like a very fun world.
Against dangerous mythical beasts like the giant cyclopses, flying harpies, and huge multi-armed hecatoncheires. Harnessing the power of the gods to master a tactical and fast-paced, over-the-top combat system, and solving puzzles and challenges scattered throughout the world.
Like, it's basically, you know, essentially a Zelda-style open-worldish thing. I hope it's not an Ubisoft-style open world. I think it's probably too late to change that design, but
puzzles and stories rooted in Greek mythology.
Like what I mean by that is just I don't want it like gated. All the place I want to be able to explore anywhere or whenever I want.
To stand a chance against Typhon and his minions, you'll need to explore this mysterious land and become a mythical hero yourself.
Like, it doesn't look like it though. It looks like
the world is divided in multiple regions, all ruled by a different god in need of your help.
Okay.
From the lush landscapes of Aphrodite's plains to the mechanical world.
Like, I don't want climbing towers, and I don't want have to eagle vision. I don't want to have to Assassin's Creed it. But judging by how it looks, and
you have the freedom to explore this entire open world as you wish, right from the beginning of your journey.
Thank you. Okay, that's good.
Finally, stay with us for the post-show, where you'll get a look at new gameplay.
Nah, man, I'm gonna peace out after the post-show.
I hope you enjoyed what
I've got Spider-Man scripts to write.
Play Immortals Fenyx Rising. There's a lot more to show before launch, so keep an eye out for further updates.
That's a December.
See you all on December 3rd.
December 3rd. I think that looks pretty sick. What the fuck is this? Why is this on my screen? What is that logo?
We're looking forward to Immortals Fenyx Rising coming to Stadia on December 3rd.
We're still talking about the Stadia?
That all Stadia players will get a chance to try Immortals Fenyx Rising with a free playable demo before launch that is exclusive to Stadia.
I feel so bad for this guy.
With just a single click, you'll be able to add a demo to your Stadia library and instantly join Fenyx on her quest.
Yeah, wasn't it literally Stadia that had that playable demo that was just a playable build of the game and it just kind of leaked? Oh my god.
We hope you'll love it. The exclusive Stadia demo of Immortals Fenyx Rising will be playable later this year in all regions where Stadia is accessible. Thank you to Yves Guillemot and the entire Ubisoft Quebec studio for your partnership in bringing amazing experiences to Stadia.
The use of Zeus and Prometheus as the narrators in Immortals Fenyx Rising led to a unique style of storytelling.
Here's Michelle Plord to tell us more.
Oh, well, they're really going deep on this.
My name is Michelle Plord.
I don't hate it.
I'm the cinematic designer on Immortals Fenyx Rising.
I think Fenyx Rising would have been a fine title.
I love about my job
we can almost get the Dead Phoenix game from Capcom we never got.
Our job is consistent with someone who is actually directing. We get to direct where we're shooting, what lens we're using, what's happening in the scene. Immortals Fenyx Rising, it's a very narrative-driven game, but it's also very lighthearted and stylized and very comedic. And I feel like that's
it's always tough to balance those types of things. Because there's definitely some darker elements in there, and the art style is not too hideous. It's not like WWE, that new WWE game that looks hideous art style-wise. It does strike a nice balance with the characters, I feel. It's very DreamWorks, very Rise of the Guardians.
So there's little moments, the kind of like lightheartedness and part of the game that we.
That's a cute Gorgon. Oh, that looks like me, basically.
Stories, and I think that's how you get the players to really be engrossed within a world. We want to make them feel something, even if it's just a laugh or a chuckle. I think we did our job.
Very interesting so far. I'm definitely into everything I've seen for that.
Now, it's time to revisit a dear friend.
Most people think time is like a river that flows
swift and sure
in one direction. But I have seen the face of time.
All right, definitely a remake.
And I can tell you, they are wrong.
Inside the hourglass is a marvel no living man has ever seen. Only the dagger can unlock the sands of time.
Okay, well that that CG cutscene looks better. It's very accurate to how the first one played out.
My father turned to sand.
I don't mind the prince's face.
You cannot defeat this enemy. The sands will consume.
Scarabs. I'm interested to see if there's any cut content, like the tigers.
I move pretty fast. You'd better keep up.
That sounds like re-recorded dialogue to me.
Prince, the dagger. It can turn back time.
Yeah, I think that's a new Pharaoh voice, perhaps. Ooh, the lighting there looks really nice. Yeah, some of that facial animation looks a little off. Okay, that power's still in there. Good to see. Now, is this like a reskin of the code, or is it like built from the ground up?
Don't let go.
January 21st. Okay, good.
My name is Anukol. I'm working in an Ubisoft from past 30 years.
I don't think it should be this holiday season. It would get destroyed.
Sands of Time remake.
For me, it's a big dream. It's not a project. It's a dream that is coming true.
Ubisoft Pune? P-U-N-E?
Original Prince of Persia.
I mean, there must be a million studios.
It has put a mark in everyone's heart. And now what we are going to do is we are going to bring it back. Because still people have that
alpha footage, yes. You're still working on alphas like a few months away from launch.
Pune and Bombay. We actually love to work on this game.
Okay, this is a studio in Bombay.
Everyone, what India is. It's something which comes directly from our heart.
Ah, that's a much bigger expanded scene of what that cutscene looked like.
You have your prince, who's very iconic, who was in this game. You have the princess Farah, and let's not think, you have a Wazir, who is a main villain in this game with all the sand creatures. It just we have give it a boot.
I don't know about those sand creatures. They looked a little off.
The voice which we are using for the prince is Yuri.
Yeah.
The same voice which was back then. It just put goosebumps on our hands also when we heard him, because it's something which brings
really
back
nice that he's like people would hate it. I would personally not like it if he was not included.
Like a river that flows swift and sure in one direction.
17 years later, but the main good thing is his voice hasn't changed at all. I don't know how he do it, but it's the same.
Being able to work on the Prince of Persia is a huge
honor. Are you gonna get Jordan Mechner here to say anything?
We respected the original design.
Ooh, that looks nice. Ooh, I like all the colored lighting there.
We just enhance everything in the game, from camera to combat, as well as the visuals. We implemented a targeted system, which actually enhanced.
Oh, I like that. That looked real. That looked real good right there.
Amazing performance and amazing moves. We use the latest technology as well as the motion capture to bring realism and to bring logic and sense into the story. We heard the players' desire to play Prince of Persia Sands of Time again, and we are very pleased to bring it as the first ever remake from Ubisoft.
Yeah, technically I guess it is. HD remasters don't really count.
Give you this experience.
Prince of Persia Sands of Time Remake releases January 2021 on PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
So that Switch listing was bullshit? Oh, I forgot Ubisoft doesn't really support the Switch, so why bother, I guess. Okay, well, here's the part of the video where I'm just going to talk more about Prince of Persia, because I don't. Anyway, so that I am happy for anything Prince of Persia. Honestly, I think I've said this before. I would have settled for an HD, a good HD remastering of the Sands of Time trilogy with some extra bonus features and some tweaks. I've been happy with that. A full-on remake, I'm just happy it exists. And I hope that does well. I think that looked very promising. I think some of the facials of some of the character models looked a little off. But other than that, I like what I saw there quite a bit. And I hope that's... Okay, I hope that's made kind of frugally. I hope they, you know, have a solid budget for that. That's not overindulgent, and of course is not too little. Because I would like to see another remake. I would like to see a nice remake of, like, the original Prince of Persia by Jordan Mechner, or even Prince of Persia 2. And I don't mean those other remakes. Fucker. That guy lied. I would consider that a remake. The one that was done of Jordan Mechner's original but had a Sands of Time skin, that was a fucking remake.
One big focus for the Hyperspace
Massive liars.
to regularly add gameplay content and features, keeping the game
Prince of Persia Classic it was called. And hell, even they Ubisoft put out a shit mobile port of Prince of Persia 2 Shadow in the Flame that Gameloft made. This is literally the third Prince of Persia remake. But yeah, I am on board for that. And honestly, it's probably a smart move, what with the success that remakes in that style have done, Crash and Spyro, obviously Tony Hawk 1 and 2. I think that's a safe bet to do it.
This next
And
one is
I'm
for
happy
the
with
fans.
that.
Sam Fisher, our call sign Zero in Siege, is bringing his combat experience and training into the game. We are a huge fan of Sam, and we wanted to show you.
You're a
how
huge
it fits
fan of
within our
Sam?
universe. Check this out.
Are you a huge fan of Sam enough to put Sam in his own video game again?
Lyra, how's that stuff work on arthritis?
The nanobots should help, but you'll pay for it tomorrow.
That sounds fair to me.
I've never seen a character used this way, where he's appearing in multiple things now. They say they really like him, they just don't do anything. There has to be like a Capcom character that's like that, right? I guess Morgan's in everything, but she's not in anything, really. But Morgan didn't get her own bunch of super successful games that literally helped Ubisoft become the mega publisher that they are. Like, you never really heard that much about Ubisoft until Tom Clancy games really started to heat up, and like Splinter Cell was like their first big like single player sort of thing with like a narrative character in it. Like, that's what launched Ubisoft Montreal, this fucking guy. And now he's just used as this weird marketing tool to get you interested in other games. But
Oryx, what's your seat rep done it?
like, I don't know. I complain about Prince of Persia, but like, I kind of think Sam Fisher is like even worse handled.
You might want to.
Almost. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but you know what I mean. Like, he's an Ubisoft, maybe not an Ubisoft creation. I don't know. I don't even fucking know. Did Tom Clancy create him? I don't know. But he was an Ubisoft brand character that I guess they fully own now.
The new season is live right now, and we're excited to get your feedback on
He's really
Zero
excited
and the rest
about
of features
Sam
coming
Fisher
out.
being in his Rainbow
Before I
Six
go,
game, but
we
not
also wanted to share some more good
Sam
news
Fisher
for
game.
our players.
Now it's time for a
Okay.
sneak peek at another fan favorite making its return.
Scott Pilgrim. So they had this planned long out. They had this planned for a while. You know, all that hullabaloo of everyone going, hey, gotta bring Scott Pilgrim back. Like, they were doing it for a long time for this to even be shown again. Now, as much as good as this game actually is, in single player, it's not a great experience. You need to play it multiplayer to really have the maximum amount of fun. We're not shown exactly what this is yet, or if there's any tweaks, but I really hope there's some tweaks to how the single player works. Because just so many enemies and bosses are just a little too spongy for single player. Still though, just how it looks and how it sounds. Complete edition. Includes knives and Wallace Wells. Okay, is that it? Holiday 2020. Hey, Ubisoft threw the Switch a bone. How nice of them.
Check in on the dystopian police state of future London.
That's it. All right, we're moving on from Scott Pilgrim. Okay, cool.
When you're working on a game that's set in
Watch Dogs Legion. Okay. So yeah, I would like to see some tweaks to the game and how it plays just a little bit, but you know, they had this. They were always going to announce this, obviously, especially if it's holiday 2020. So. Nice for all the people that like really banded together, but you know, this for licensing issues for the movie from Brian Lee O'Malley, they've been working on this for months and months.
Oh, London, our beautiful.
Yeah, so what did I say? Even though we spent a massive chunk of time at the last Ubisoft digital thing. Well, let's talk about Watch Dogs Legion again. There's no way they're not going to talk about Valhalla a bunch.
But where do we start?
Or at least like a trailer. And what's the other thing they have? Far Cry 6. Maybe an actual gameplay look at Far Cry 6. You know, I'm not super into it, but I'd like to see, you know, what it actually looks like. Rather than a substanceless CG intro.
He has a completely custom vehicle.
God, I feel like they've hit us over the head over and over and over on how this plays and what the difference is and from Watch Dogs 1 and 2. Probably because they've hit us over the head like for what, 2-3 years now? Well, like when was this revealed? Like 2 years ago? Like the granny? Remember the granny was like a big thing? This granny's fucking knocking people the fuck out. And I'm just like, okay, just Watch Dogs Legion, please come out so we can stop talking about you.
Her paintball gun gives her a non-lethal way to take out enemies.
Her paintball gun lets her fire in spurts. If she shoots ya, it's gonna hurt. Yep, okay, Watch Dogs Legion. It comes out October 29th. That can't come soon enough.
My name is Latif Steinaden. I am the live producer on Watch Dogs Legion. On behalf of
if people are really looking forward to it, great, happy for you. But yeah, I'm just sick of seeing it like every E3 or digital event or whatever. It just
is coming back.
Wait, Old Friend is coming back.
Fight back.
Who? Aiden Pierce.
Hard to do. Maybe I'm just what the city needs. Are you ready for
Who the fuck cares about Aiden Pierce? Oh my god.
And he's back.
Who asked?
Older, but not necessarily wiser.
Oh my god.
Will be a fully playable character.
It's like asking for Desmond back from Assassin's Creed. It's like we are too far beyond.
And that's not all. We're going to open up a whole new chapter in his story as part of our standalone.
It's like Tecmo Koei saying, "Guy from Quantum Theory is back. You asked."
Stay tuned and welcome to the Resistance.
Wow.
Everyone has a good reason.
I'm surprised they didn't just shoehorn Sam Fisher into another game.
The fight for freedom begins on October 29th.
Ubisoft Forward will be back in the upcoming months with more of everything you want to know.
Oh, is that it? That's it.
But before we go, here's one more thing.
No, I guess it's not it. Oh, is this that, oh, Trials? Wait, what happened to that rollerblading game? The hell is this? Not Trials? Oh my god, is this that stupid... Oh, that Steep? Or Steep? There's like a sequel to it? Oh god, it's this aesthetic again. This aesthetic that we haven't murdered into the ground. Everyone's got kooky masks on. Riders Republic. So everyone's dressed like this now. That's what the kids are into. The bright primary. We moved on, didn't we? We moved on from the gray and grim shooters of the aughts. And now we're just got like pink and green gas everywhere. And we're wearing silly costumes. It's very Fortnite. I think it's Fortnite that really did it. Yeah, but how is Guy on bike gonna beat Guy on fucking jet? Can they compete against each other? Because he loses that fight every time. Okay, this trailer was like 9 minutes long. I had to cut around that. So that does seem like a more fun version of what Steep was trying to do. If anyone remembers that. Just as I said Steep, I even reminded myself it even existed. So I guess that's
Today,
it.
you got the first in-depth look at Immortals Fenyx Rising.
We did. I was there, I sat right here.
Prince of Persia, Sands of Time Remake.
If they had combined this with the first Ubisoft Fast Forward and of course actually had a message about their work culture and what they're doing to fix it, that would have been a great digital showcase.
You can expect more reviews.
That would have been totally fine. The fact that they separate them into two is just, give us your attention twice.
And a Roller Champions show match.
We want to string you along a little bit, but this was definitely better than the first one by a huge margin, and I'm discounting Prince of Persia.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Ubisoft Forward post show.
Okay, the post show. So yeah, that was way better. Even without Prince of Persia, it just the look at Fenyx Rising, the Riders Republic thing, and is just a bit snappier. I think it was a bit shorter. I think that was an hour. But overall, that was better. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that Prince of Persia remake. Very interested to see. And it does seem like it's going to be like in that mold of Crash Bandicoot or Spyro, where they're doing it very, very precisely to the original game, but just making it look better, and that's about it. So I'd be very interested to see it, because I do have some problems with Sands of Time. It kind of runs out of steam in the last couple hours. It has one of the worst, most disappointing boss fights in general in games, and that's basically it. Those are my two complaints. You don't get enough moves to fill out the amount of time that the game offers you, and combat gets a little bit repetitive. But other than that, I'm very, very happy about Yuri Lowenthal being in there. I'm happy about a studio that probably gives some unique insight into how the world should be rendered and stuff. I don't know if Jordan Mechner has, I'm going to check his Twitter after this. I don't know if Jordan Mechner has any direct involvement, but I'd like to think he'd be included in some shape, way, or form. But yeah, Fenyx Rising, absolutely kind of dark horse thing there. I'm very, very interested in that. That looks immediately fun, and I'm very, very happy that they decided to just say straight out, you can just go anywhere. It's not all gated off like our traditional Ubisoft open world games are. So very interested in that overall. Happy. Gonna cautiously look forward to any of these projects. Again, still Ubisoft has a lot of work they need to do with how their studios are run. Hopefully they do make some improvements on there. But yeah, got my Prince of Persia, I guess. I'm happy about that.